Hello everyone, Elite Toilet Paper here. So Dafuk Boom released the episode. My thoughts was that it was good, but some people doesn't agree on that. And we will talk about that at the end. Let's take a deep dive into this fantastic episode. Welcome to this wonderful episode, where good and bad stuff will happen, which will be unexpected. So first we continue with the ending with the episode 79 part 2. So we have some extra voice lines now. Speakerman POV told Polycephaly why he risked himself for them. And then Polycephaly says,
"Idiot, you are all important to me."
Which is heartwarming. He is kind. He isn't like those stupid TV men in episode 76 part 2. And we hear him say this in a non-reversed line. Well, anyways, .POV looks at the wonderful Watch-A-Man of food. The episode begins with two obiliators calming up and then shoots at us. Well, at least some of us dodges those attacks. Hunter throws himself like a ball to Polycephaly, but Polycephaly aura is so big that he doesn't get damaged for now. Polycephaly tells us this, "I can't fight here." The reason why? Jeffrey must be involved in this. I will tell you why later when this fight ends. Anyways, a big blow happens. Polycephaly takes his big sword to attack the Hunter. Hunter again jumps on Polycephaly like a cat, but Polycephaly takes him with the two Aster detainer hands, and then slices him open like a pizza. Blood literally starts screaming. Hunter tells us this, "My job is done here." Well, I see now, Hunter was probably a distraction because meanwhile, some tracking devices were hidden. And the Astros has put them there. And this is the upgrade of the meme he talked about. Probably because to track down the speaker base location. But the thing is, the Alliance members needs to invent a weapon that finds the tracking device, so they can fly or teleport easily and safely. Astro Hunter flies away with his half-body open, by the way. And then Polycephaly realizes and says, "Goddamn tracking device." Polycephaly realizes and tells them that they needs to teleport away. But anyways, meanwhile that happened. A literal obiliator that is upgraded better than the previous one shows up, bro. Literally shots two blasts from a weapon, which is at the random spot, the unexpected spot. But anyways, obiliator shoots and then we have a glitches POV. Why is the POV always the first one to get hurt?
Either they can't shoot, or it was a deliberate miss. I don't sense any enemies around.
I don't know why he didn't shoot at the Polycephaly, but finally someone takes up the fact that POV is the one that always gets shoot at. But then he said that cameras would detect any spies. POV Speakerman tells him it's not spies, but it's a tracking device instead. And there are around 8 of them. Is this egg hunt or what is my question? POV Speakerman finds the tracking device, and one of them was in very unexpected spot. They get out when they find all of the tracking devices, and then Watch-A-Man of Doom says, Bro will regret saying that because soon something unexpected will happen, and then Polycephaly does 1 versus 1 with Watch-A-Man of Doom, but one sword went into Polycephaly which made him severely damaged. Watch-A-Man of Doom tells Polycephaly that he wanted his big sword, but this episode is already beyond cooked. Jeffrey tells Watch-A-Man of Doom this,
This is my respect.
But dude, Jeffrey is super big if you think about it. Look at this image. Just insane. Jeffrey will for sure kill Watch-A-Man of Doom. And when Polycephaly said he can't fight in the void, it was probably because of that. Jeffrey would get annoyed and then a big fight would happen. But Watch-A-Man of Doom just broke all of those rules, so geez to Watch-A-Man of Doom if he even will be alive. We run back and teleport. But when teleporting, I paused this scene and I found some purple stuff on the recording. But what if this could be Jeffrey taking away Core Hijacker? Crazy, right? But what else can this be? Because when we teleported, there were no purple stuff. And when we arrived, there were not two, I don't know yet. But this is very unclear at the moment. Tell your theory in the comments, though. We teleport to speaker base, and large TV man tells us it's just a scratch. And then scientist TV man gets angry and tells Polycephaly, "That's it, you're taking a real rest." Polycephaly tells that he for sure is. We won't see him in a while then, though, which is sad, but he deserves a real rest. Arrived to speaker base, everything looks so cool, but wait, is that Camerawoman? And Pav tells her that how she is alive because she died when he saw her, which is also weird. Let's put the dots together, guys. On episode 77 part 3, TV woman saved Camerawoman and then teleported her to a base. Which base? Probably camera base, because this was hours before the event happening in camera base. And then Camerawoman unalived herself because of the red screen. It had the affection of this. But some kind of guy took her chip, and minutes later we see her alive. But she had these weapons and stuff. She doesn't have them anymore. The episode 79 part 2 Camerawoman was real. Because why would the computer men take the chip from her if she was fake? The one we are seeing now is a fake one. Secret agent or a shapeshifter shaped into Camerawoman, so that they can gain more information. By being a specialist, you gain more information. But information used for what? This is unclear too. Well, TV scientist tells us this. After POV speakerman tells them he recorded it, detective takes the camera and then he says, rough. This could be used against lucky cameraman, because this is something with Camerawoman involved. POV speakerman says rough. Camerawoman moves like she is some kind of NPC. But anyways, we hear some scream from the gate, and now we can hear that it is Titan's speakerman. Gate opens, and then we see some kind of speaker scientist TV man ends up saying, "Is he ready?" And speaker man says almost. We end up being on a cliffhanger, but the episode was clearly a W. But recently people are hating on it because of the sound or the animation, and some even tells that it was an unfinished episode. But calm down, guys. Please remember that Dafuk Boom doesn't always have to have good quality episodes, and the fans even said that the plot was bad. But if you think about it, it wasn't. You needed to think about Camerawoman apparence or TSM apparence. It's good that we get an episode though. But I think this episode had so many stuff like Jeffrey finally being seen to be taking action or Camerawoman's sudden apparence. Well guys, the animators in Dafuk Boom are humans. They need rest. They don't need to get everything to top notch. They are not robots but humans like you guys. Just think of being in Dafuk Boom's situation, and also he may have in real life issues. But I like this episode much. It was unexpected, which I like. But anyways, comment your theories in the comments. I would be happy to hear them. And also tell me what you want me to create besides analysis, but it should be involved Skibidi toilet. This was it for today. Elite Toilet Paper out.